Intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. What's going on, all you main characters? Welcome back to another episode of the Third Party Podcast with me and the boy Cody.
What's up?
He's awake.
I'm awake.
This is okay. So I feel like just to let the audience kind of understand who we are, we should maybe paint a picture of what the last 24 hours looked like for us. Okay, so obviously we're gonna get into the podcast. We have a lot of cool news to get into today. Dr. Disrespect came out with a response, and that's been blowing up the internet. #1 trending video on YouTube right now in gaming. Minecraft released its trailer. Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 is out, and it's got mixed reviews, but generally the gameplay seems fun. Got a couple of other stories to cover as well as we are also going to be dancing on the graves a little bit of Concord. So we got all of that fun stuff to look forward to. But before we get into that, I just want to paint a picture of what's been going on lately. So a few weeks ago, I broke my wrist, and I've been just sitting on my couch recovering from surgery from the other day. And so I've just been sleeping on my couch, just waiting for myself to heal up, just overdosing on medication and watching cartoons. It's been great. But
watching cartoons.
I've just been watching. Well, I binged watched an entire anime, like Fruit Baskets. I have there's 2 episodes left of the entire show for me.
It's such a weird name for an anime.
It's not even doesn't correlate at all to the story. Like I don't get the name correlation doesn't land at all. But so that's been my couple of days. At the same time, you get home yesterday and you go straight to gaming mode. And go ahead, take it away.
I went to gaming mode and I didn't stop until 9 o'clock this morning.
For context,
okay, no, actually, I stopped at about 6 o'clock,
and then
I watched Kill Tony live at Madison Square Garden.
That's how long are those? Because that was live yesterday afternoon, wasn't it?
Well, they're regularly about a couple hours or whatever.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Some podcasts go like a really long time. Some podcasts don't go a long time. But Kill Tony, I always thought was kind of like a long show. But yeah. I've never watched a Kill Tony episode all the way through, or I've only seen like clips or shorts of it because I never really knew where to watch it. But
yeah, no. So I don't know why I decided to watch that, but I watched it. And then about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, I got 2 extra large coffees. Breakfast burritos and hash browns delivered to me.
So you pull an all-nighter, you get 2 coffees and some food before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Because at 9 o'clock you're going to bed, and we're at this point, I'm like,
oh well. At that point, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just stay up and then do the podcast.
Yeah.
But even after drinking, all right. So extra large drinks at McDonald's.
Oh, they're huge. They're like
2 of those full of coffee, and I'm still like.
You're dying.
Nah, gotta check out,
dude. It's the reason I wanted this immortalized in a live stream was because it's just so foobar that you pull an all nighter, the podcast is gonna be at 11. We updated it to noon. My fault. For being broken. Blame me.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until.
Yeah, I pushed it back to noon. I sent a group text out. But so it's 9 o'clock. And you think the podcast is going to be in 2 hours, so you order a bunch of food and 64 ounces of coffee.
No, I ordered that about 6 o'clock this morning. 6:30 this morning.
Right. And that woke me up when the coffee got delivered.
Yeah.
We live in this world. What timeline we live in where coffee gets delivered?
Yeah, I don't even know what was going through my mind. It's like, coffee. Is there a coffee place open this morning?
You just had McDonald's deliver, Grubhub delivered coffee. I don't know why I'm hung up on this. It's just the strangest fucking thing in the world to think that at 6 a.m. someone got coffee. Because McDonald's, I think, opens at 4. They're closed midnight to 4 or 5, right?
I have no idea which crackhead McDonald's is open.
Whichever one. One of them delivered it. It was piping hot fresh. You didn't burn yourself, did you?
No, it was actually really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I got one iced coffee and then one just regular cup of Joe.
Should we be a fast food review channel?
I don't know, maybe. That was some good ass coffee, and I've never had their coffee.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to do reviews on fast food.
Yeah.
We won't, but it would be nice to know what you guys want so that we could turn it down abruptly.
So yeah, I'm doing this on 3-ish hours of sleep.
3-ish hours of sleep, and you woke up 10 minutes. I woke you up 10 minutes ago. I was like, hey, are we still doing this, buddy? Are you still gonna try to make content? And he's like, fucking go away. No, actually, you weren't.
I didn't even know I was awake.
I didn't either. I was thinking the stream might just not happen, but we had so much to get into. I'm glad we're doing it because Slim is busy. He's not available right now, so we have not been able to get him onto the podcast today. We'll get him next time. I'm sure.
I'm pulling all-nighters, and he's like getting ready to have a baby.
Yeah.
It's like the juxtaposition of our lives.
And I got a broken limb, and I'm still like getting everything set up and stuff. Like, oh no, I'm having a baby. Like all of humanity hasn't figured out how to do that.
I just sound like Dr. Evil. I'm having a baby.
I can't even try to do an impression of that right now because my mind can't correlate how that would say. I want to go to like the you succeeded in turning me into a freaking Jack in the Box, but I'm doing a bad job.
I don't even know.
That's Dr. Evil. Like when he drops the moon. Release the moon. Release the moon.
Oh, Jesus.
Just slams him in the nuts.
I only really remember Goldfinger.
Goldfinger? Goldmember?
Goldmember.
Solid gold. It's close. It's close enough. All right. I figure. So what have you been up to this week then? Since did you get Space Marines 2? Are you in the early? Because it's early access, right? Until next week?
If you spent over $100, it's early access.
Right. And
I'm not doing that.
I didn't know.
So I'll get it on Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Like the rest of the world.
I am excited.
But Slim got it, Thursday night?
Yeah, which was cool. I would have loved to have heard his thoughts on it before we went live so that we could have some idea of where he's thinking of. But he's looking at doing a review on it. It sounds like he wants to do like an edited video on it. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that comes out soon.
Yeah, I just hear it's pretty baller.
I'm hearing that too. But otherwise, I've binge watched all of Fruit Baskets up to the last episode. That's what I've been doing this week. Started rewatching House, started rewatching Burn Notice, started rewatching a bunch of shows. I've watched all of
so much time on your hands.
There's so much time on my hand.
On my hand.
Well, I'm one arm down. I mean, I'm excited. I've got I also have my desktop worked on so that hopefully we can get back into Bannerlord when the live stream or when I'm back to streaming, we can get Bannerlord back up on the channel. That would be the goal. That'd be the dream. That's the mission.
That's the mission.
God said, Tox, you got to figure out what's going on with that campaign, bro. You got to finish it out. You can't just have every campaign crash on you, buddy. So.
That's how every one of your gaming streams ends. You go for like 50 episodes or whatever, and it's like, no.
Well, the campaigns almost always crash. So we've had 4 Bannerlord campaigns on the YouTube channel. I think it's 4. It's 4 or 5. The first one ended in 3 episodes because I had it on max difficulty, and your character can die and then permakill the campaign. So
and you're not that good of a player.
I am not. It's for fun. It's not at all for skill. Like I'm not a coach. I'm not teaching people how to get good at Bannerlord. Hopefully they have fun along the ride. That's all I'm doing. But
is that even like a get good kind of game?
I mean, so I've never played the multiplayer online for Bannerlord, and I've thought about I've been thinking about it because they got like tournaments and stuff. Tail Worlds puts on these big major events. I'm always like, you know what, that might be good for the channel to get on there and try it out. And then I'm like, oh wait, it's a multiplayer game with a bunch of people who've been sweating in the multiplayer for 3 years trying to figure it out, and I'm just not there for it. Like I'm great at multiplayers. I'm the best. But a game like a Sword and Shield multiplayer like Chivalry is not a game I think I'd be good at all.
Yeah, well,
even like For Honor.
That's all right. So I play a lot of Chivalry too, and it's like a game that requires some skill, yes, but it's a game that pisses me off the most because it feels like there's like a lot of like what the fuck was that kind of moments. Like I was blocking and I just got my head taken off. Like, that was bullshit.
Yep. Well, and For Honor's not really like that because For Honor it happens, but usually
there's bullshit characters that you fight against.
Yeah, it's usually like you lose to a combo that someone has spent 2,400 hours in game jerking themselves off to figuring out how to master.
Yeah, they spent a whole nighter and then ordered 2 large extra cups of coffee at 9 o'clock in the morning and kept on practicing.
And they got good, scrub. But no, Bannerlord is not like Bannerlord has a very good variety of like weapons you can use. So they have the bow, the crossbow. They have a huge variety of single-handed and two-handed weapons, including throwing knives, throwing axes, clubs, maces, all the pole arms, all the good shit.
The good shit.
There's a lot of variety you can use in Bannerlord. I think it's not much more like the gameplay mechanics don't really change when you switch from a two-handed sword to like a pole arm. It's just got more reach, does more damage, but you're slower.
Yeah.
So
same thing with Chivalry.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think the game, if I were to get into a new game that I really want to figure out how to get good at, it would be Total War. Like, I would love to get good at Total War games because I think they'd be great for like the channel. And I actually really
They all play the same too.
I know. Like,
You just have to take the time to figure out the mechanics, really.
Well, and I've played dozens of hours into a mod for Total War Medieval 2, I think. It's a Lord of the Rings mod, and I actually really liked it. But once you're in the mid game, it's so grindy, and I don't know. I could be on the mediumist difficulty,
Mediumist.
and I could still be just doing horrid. So I don't know. It's a game that I don't recognize when I'm doing well, and I don't recognize when I'm doing bad. So it's hard to really grab on to the times you're doing good and learn those skills versus, yeah. Especially in like when you're playing against another player, like Age of Empires too. When I was playing against Slim all the time in that.
Well, he spent half his life in that game. So.
I know. What a freaking nerd! That dude is like grossly competitive at that shit. Like I don't know. Like he's like, I don't spend a lot of time on video games. It's like, dude, you decoded the meta for Diablo 4. Like you figured out how to create the meta for that game like that. Like it's insane. Like,
Diablo 4 is easy. You're just an idiot.
That's fair. That's just science.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Should we jump into our first story?
I suppose.
I mean, it's been good conversation. I like it. Our first story is actually a recap on a topic we've covered on a couple of other videos on the channel. Dr. Disrespect came out last night, so today is September 7th. September 6th, Dr. Disrespect drops his most recent live stream, and he spends the first good chunk of the stream giving people an update on what has happened, telling his side of the story for the accusations that were levied against him. And just for clarification, so you go back and watch the original video that we had done on this. There was quite a bit of conversation floating around about this, so if you haven't heard too much, it won't be hard to get caught up. But
it's got to be an awkward beginning to a stream.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing a fucking Tommy Wiseau from The Room. It's like, I did not Dexter. I did not.
I didn't do it. Well, I actually found, so his live stream wasn't the first thing I saw on it. It was Asmongold's like clip on it. Because
Asmongold's live stream of reviewing a live stream or watching a live stream?
Well, his was like a 6-minute clip. So he did like a 6-minute clip of like a breakdown of what Dr. Disrespect went over. And that was my first introduction. And then just to get caught up, I watched the whole, not the 5-hour stream, but I watched the full like first 50 minutes where he was kind of covering most of the stuff.
50?
Well, he covers the story in about the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. And that's just him kind of going through all the details that he's got. And then kind of everything after that was more him reacting to like the company, the studio that he was a part of and got booted out of. That was like stuff like that. He was kind of following up after the fact, just talking about some of the like afterthought stuff, not directly related to the allegation. But just to keep everyone on the same page, the allegation was that former Twitch employees came out, and I don't even know if they're former, they might be current. But Cody Connors, a Twitch employee, had come out and put forward allegations against Dr. Disrespect that he was sexting and making plans to meet up with a minor through Twitch Whispers. So that was the allegation at the time. And then Dr. Disrespect comes out on his own Twitter and puts out a notice on his own Twitter where he more or less confesses to that. I don't want to misrepresent the story. Like I said, we have a video on this where we do probably a better job, more in time with what's actually breaking.
Right, it's been a while now.
Yeah, but what Dr. Disrespect confirmed was that he had been engaged with inappropriate messages. He didn't say sexting. He didn't say meeting up. And in his response video from yesterday, he does say he had no intentions to meet up, that these were not sexts, that the person he was messaging was of the age of consent in the jurisdiction that she was a part of. So all great stuff. But I mean, yeah, so he does cover those bases. Now, the I guess what you don't get from the live stream is he does not release the messages. Doesn't sound like he intends to. And I
mean, I wanted if everything's declared above legal,
above board, yeah. Well, and that's
like, then why the fuck would I?
Well, and that was the other news that broke when we released the original video that we'd done on this, was that Dr. Disrespect's messages were escalated through Twitch and to another government agency that I guess monitors this type of messaging to see if there's anything wrong with it. And it was categorized not sexual content. Like there was no like there was no like nothing wrong with the messages inherently. Was basically there was nothing illegal about them. There was nothing that could be misconstrued as like sexual contact or anything like that in the messages. And so if I were in Dr. Disrespect's shoes, again, no, I mean just for the first time, if I were in Dr. Disrespect's shoes, there'd be no incentive or no motivation to release the messages in my mind. Because first up, Asmund Gold covers this in his video. He's like, you should release the messages. And then someone in his chat's like, well, there's another person involved here to be considered. And he's like, well, redact the name. I was like, her name is public. Like
Right.
everything in those messages is going to be correlated directly to her. Like it's not like you could be like, sneaky. No, it's
Right, and it's not like I mean, people still support Dr. Disrespect regardless of whether or not he releases the messages. And there's no public like goodwill to gain really
yeah.
from like releasing the messages either.
I
Because
think
everyone would just be like, all right, maybe it's as creepy as I thought it was, or not as creepy as I thought it was.
Well, and
like, people are still watching this shit
yeah.
regardless.
Well, and everyone latched on to, so he makes a public notice where he said, or public announcement basically where he says inappropriate messages, and everyone's like, he fucking he did it, that monster, that degenerate bastard. Listen, I don't know what.
Get him a rifle.
I'm not trying to like downplay what inappropriate messages can mean.
Right.
I just don't actually know what that means exactly. Like is it bad jokes? Is it dirty jokes? Is it actually like
It's such a weird turn. It's an uncomfortable phrase too, to where it's like had lewd text with a consenting adult in that jurisdiction.
well, and yes,
So it's like some states are 18, some states are 16, and if you know which ones are 16s, I got questions for you.
Well-
but
why do you know that? I got to highlight it on
I
the
can
map.
name all 12 of them. I'm gonna be so mad if there's actually 12 of them now.
No, there's more. Yeah, there's more.
It's like, oh fuck, I got it right. Shit.
God damn it. Well, here's the thing. People are like, I know exactly what inappropriate messages mean. And to them, I say, no, you actually don't. Because the governing bodies who were like actually adjudicating and looking over those messages said that what you're thinking in your mind is not there. So whatever inappropriate messages means, it's not what you're thinking. Like, it's not like, show me a butthole. It's not that. It's not that. So, so we don't know what it is. It's really frustrating to not know what it is.
Inappropriate messages could be like,
Toe
you
pics.
know, the 2019 economy wasn't really that bad.
COVID. He's just talking about vaccines.
It depends on who's reviewing the messages, really.
Like, you shouldn't be wearing a mask in public. That's so inappropriate. I shouldn't be giving medical or legal or financial advice.
It's like,
What if it was all financial advice and legal advice? Like,
who's reviewing the messages? Harvey Weinstein or?
yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. I've
Epstein.
done way worse.
Epstein's on the board. He's like, what's wrong with this? I don't know. That's pretty tame to me.
Was this a child's movie? I don't get it.
You put your ankles behind your head. Yeah, see, that's game
Is that
night.
Little Mermaid 2? Let's make this movie.
But so I think there's a lot of frustration around the fact that people want to know what's going on. They want to know where to place.
They want every single detail.
Yeah,
Of it.
and they want to know where to place their frustration. But you're right. Like Dr. Disrespect's like the fans who were not deterred by all this are still watching Dr. Disrespect. Now it's just about how can I get back to making money? How can I get back to streaming, making money, building relationships back up? And then there's the people who are like, no, he said inappropriate messages, and that means the worst thing that's in my mind at this moment. And those people you can't talk to them about it, because we've had some of those people in our comments before. It's like, how are you guys like if it happened to my daughter, I would burn the whole country to the ground. And it's like, yeah,
people lose their minds pretty easily when it comes to.
And we can't even tell you how to feel about it because we don't know what the context of the messages was either. But what it looks like to me was it was probably an inappropriate like messaging relationship of some kind. It was clearly not something that escalated to the level of wrongdoing, because otherwise we would know a lot more. and Dr. Disrespect is basically innocent until proven guilty, and that's where my lineup is on it.
Yeah, he wasn't caught standing in front of a crib, just egging some.
You can't say that. You can't say that. That's gross. That's
It's
nutty.
Yeah. I don't know if Mike's age of consent in our state is 18.
It's 5.
It's
Wait,
like if my
no.
18, yeah, it's fine. If my 18-year-old daughter was coercing a multi-millionaire, it's like, well,
Good job.
yeah.
You just make sure to get that bag.
Like, I'm not really. I don't like the age difference, but
I don't know, man.
send a couple bucks my way.
You can, let's have more.
She's probably on OnlyFans anyway.
That's the worst fucking thing.
Dude, that's gotta be scary as fuck.
Whatever Dr. Disrespect is doing is probably not even the worst thing that's in that. It's probably not the worst thing that's in any person's life.
Right.
But so Dr. Disrespect.
This is how fucked up society. The Hawk girl now is super famous, but yet everyone views her as like this super sweet Southern gal. It's like, she got famous for just an interview that says "spit on that dick."
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But she's done so many podcasts now where it's like, oh, this sweet Southern belle.
That is very fun to watch, though. Dr. Disrespect's loyal fan base did return. So in less than 24 hours, that live stream got 2.5 million views.
That's fucking insane.
And I don't think that's even just for the update. I don't even know if that's big for Dr. Disrespect.
And this is just on YouTube.
Yeah, that's just on YouTube. Asmongold's breakdown video is at 1 million views. Only 5 hours behind that. So I mean,
yeah, someone was saying there's 230,000 concurrent viewers.
Yeah,
which is insane.
I don't think Dr. Disrespect's loyalist fans are going anywhere. I think if I were to put myself in those kind of shoes, I think I would myself want to get back to making money. Be like, I want to get back to making money. I still want to stream. I still want to do everything I'm doing here, but I'm not releasing the messages when people are like, you need to release the messages is the only way I can know for sure whether or not I can continue to support you. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not doing that because there's another person involved. There's a third party involved here that is not co-signing, becoming, because whatever the messages are going to get 2.5 million views on those messages. And that's how famous that person's going to become again. It's right now they're an afterthought. This could blow over. The other thing Dr. Disrespect could do is go sue Cody Connors, because Cody Connors was saying he's meeting up with this person. He is sexting and messaging this person inappropriately. I know it. I broke the non-disclosure agreement. I broke the NDA that we had with Twitch. So Cody Connors could absolutely get sued. And I guess Dr. Disrespect, if he won that lawsuit, that'd be good enough. You won. You won. You beat him on defamation. That could be enough. Dr. Disrespect did not announce a lawsuit, just for clarification, and he's not released, or it doesn't seem like he plans on releasing the messages. So this might be the last we get from it, except...
Yeah, I think he's golden.
Yeah, I think it might be the last we get from it, except for skirmishes in the comments and stuff like that between the different types of people.
Probably, but this, on YouTube, it's not even ratioed.
No.
You got 100,000 or so likes to what? 24,000 dislikes. 140,000 likes to 24,000 dislikes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see that in the live stream right now, but yeah, just the likes and dislikes ratio is very much in Dr. Disrespect's favor. A lot of green to red there. So I don't think first off, the people who abandoned Dr. Disrespect abandoned him several months ago.
Yeah.
So it's not like they'd even be here. I mean, maybe they'd want the update, but I don't know. I feel like the people who hate him the most are not coming back either way. But I don't know. What's also really frustrating about this...
I'll watch his YouTube shorts when they come up. I'm taking a shit, just scrolling by.
Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx, Pokimane, all the content creators who...
Well, yeah, that's what kind of bothers me is Tim the Tatman and Merckx. They're friends and shit. And they're the second news drop, they're fuck this pedophile, I'm out.
Yeah.
I gotta save my own ass.
Exactly.
All right.
Dude, I would drop you like a hat, but I would do it more respectfully.
If I was texting an 18-year-old?
I'd be I would do it way differently. I'd be throwing you a party and shit. No, no, we'd have some fun. No, we do it. We definitely do it like a goodbye stream.
What blows my mind is what have you talked to let's say a girl in her early 20s?
No.
Lately. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're
retarded.
They're really Yeah, come after us in the comments, all 1% of you.
I'd rather fucking have lewd messages with a 60-year-old.
Rather set my hair on fire. But so Pokimane and Valkyrie both went after like Dr. Disrespect really hard when all this news broke, and then all of a sudden you got Chris Tyson, Mr. Beast's sidekick, coming out and all those allegations.
Forgot about
They go radio fucking silent, my dude. They are just mute. That was insane. The Mr. Beast thing broke like a week, 2 weeks after the Dr. Disrespect news started to settle down.
Yeah, that died down really fucking quickly.
Yeah. It's like Dr. Disrespect kind of became an afterthought after like the Mr. Beast stuff, like in Tyson came out. That was holy shit.
Yeah, and then people just stopped caring about that one too.
It's really weird, isn't it? How we just
really
like
short-term memory when it comes to controversy in this country.
we really do. Well, it's because you could be pissed off as all holy hell at these people who actually like are quote unquote getting in trouble for this stuff. And then you could be pissed, see absolutely no accountability whatsoever. And then you're like, why am I supposed to care? It's like no one's getting held accountable for like being involved with young people.
Well,
so what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be like the crusader who, like me and my podcast, our podcast, are we supposed to be the crusaders that go up and be like,
we're the White Knights.
We're the White Knights.
Oh, that sounds so good. Well, one is like a 6'7" handsome straight white male.
Giga Chad.
And the other one, yeah, the two-time. And the other one is fucking tranny. So we can't touch one.
Yep, one's off limits.
Yep.
Damn it.
Did you even say tranny now, or is that offensive?
You call them men.
I'm going to go back to the 80s.
That talk too much.
Go back to the 80s and call them transvestite.
Ooh, classic, dude.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back.
I'm bringing it back. That's so wizard, Annie.
They brought back queer. I'm going to try to bring back the F word, but it's going to be a while.
Dude, classic F word. Dude, so we got other stories we probably should cover today as well. And this one, I don't know where you're at with this because you're not a fan of this franchise. We're talking...
It's not even a franchise.
Minecraft?
It's a game.
Minecraft is a franchise. They have...
one game. Oh, I guess they have a lot of it.
They have a lot of games. They have like... Okay.
There was a Telltales about it, too.
There's a Telltales. There was Minecraft Dungeons. There's multiple versions of the base game. There's mobile versions of the base game. There's like mini and pocket versions of the base game. There's obviously collectibles. There's collectibles like toys, poppets, like all sorts of Funko Pop shit you could buy. You got all like.
I'm a very old man when it comes to this franchise, quote unquote.
Well,
where it's like I don't get it at all.
You don't? Okay. So well, hold on. So, okay. So if
did you dig a hole for some fucking diamonds?
No, if you have even one successful game, but you have a bunch of spin-off product from it, I think that's categorically a franchise.
It's not. Well, all right. It's not just a successful game. It's the most successful game of all time.
South Park touched it. That means it's a franchise. Do you remember that episode of South Park is
Minecraft? No, I don't.
Okay, so I want to talk South Park so badly on this one. This is my favorite South Park episode. So the parents and everyone are like really in love with informative murder porn. Yeah. So they start watching like investigative discovery and like spousal homicide shows, and they're worried that they're gonna like the kids are worried that the parents are gonna enact what they see on cable television.
Yeah, it's like the inverse of like yeah.
And so they keep going to the cable company trying to fix this, and they put a parental lock on the television so they can't watch those shows. And the question for how to unlock the parental lock is, how do you tame a horse in Minecraft? And you have this one you have this underground training group of like teaching adults how to play Minecraft. That is the funniest fucking episode. I will put that episode up against any other individual, not trilogies, but any other individual South Park episode. It's better than the World of Warcraft. It's better than Guitar Hero. It's better than all other South Park episodes. The informative murder porn is the best one. My favorite part of the whole episode is when the kid is like sitting outside crying after his dad killed his mom. He's like, that kid should not be seeing this. They just throw a blanket over the kid and just cover him. You hear him crying still. That's the funniest fucking episode. That's the best episode. Anyway, so in my purview, Minecraft.
You played Minecraft.
I've played Minecraft. I've enjoyed Minecraft. It's not a game I like playing alone. Like, I want to play it with a group and build stuff like together, which is not something it's easy to kind of pull together a group to do. So it's like I more or less abandoned the game because it just wasn't for me. I don't like exploring a map I've already seen a million times before. I don't like digging for the sake of digging. I'm not autistic like that. So there's plenty of things in Minecraft I don't
want to
enjoy.
rebuild the city of Athens in 200 AD.
Exactly. And the things you want to build are colossal projects that you can't. So, I mean, at least as like a regular person playing.
Yeah. Minecraft, I don't get, but it's popular. It's popular with kids.
It's insanely popular. It's the most popular. It's bigly.
But the one thing I don't think it needed was a fucking movie with Aquaman.
Jason Momoa. All right, let's actually. So we are going to live react to the Minecraft trailer. This is the second time I've seen it. This is the first time Cody's seen it, I'm pretty sure.
Seen bits of it.
But I think what we need to zoom in on here is the dislike to like ratio at 1.1 million. So as of when did the trailer release? The trailer released 3 days ago. 3 days ago, and it's got almost 30 million views with 1.1 million dislikes. I think here's my impression of the dislikes after having watched the trailer. I think this is the like the Geeks and Gamers, the Nerdrotic, the Arcade Outpost. This is like our kind of group, or the people we kind of align ourselves with ideologically on like content and like video creation. I think that's them. I think that the people who like actually enjoy Minecraft and actually want to like go watch a movie are absolutely not at all going to be deterred by this dislike ratio or like to dislike ratio. I think this movie is made for kids and it's going to be insanely stupid. I don't think it's as good as like Super Mario Brothers was, and I think it could have been. But you want to watch?
Yeah, I got thoughts on it, but after the trailer.
Okay, we'll go through. I don't know. Hold on, we might have to adjust the volume and such, but hold on.
It's gonna blow my ear holes out.
Bitch, it might. All right, volume warning.
Right off the bat, it's just weird having normal ass people walking out into a block world.
Into a CGI block world. Yeah. I do think that the graphics on this are actually pretty fair relative to like what you would want from if you were going to make a Minecraft movie. This is the scenery I would kind of expect. Minus there's no like buggy like world generation or shit going on. You don't have like a whole mountain of lava pouring into
the draw distance.
Yeah. The render distance. The clouds are not square.
I'm just sad the water isn't just a bunch of squares.
Yeah, you couldn't render water like that in Minecraft without your computer blowing up. You can't. Here, I'm going to turn off closed caption because it's just music.
The Beatles.
Yeah. Honestly, and also I didn't like the opening intro to this trailer. I didn't like the music and such.
Oh, BT Dubs is Warner Brothers, so it's just like
quick react. Yeah. Intermittent, very fast, very very slow. So just to comment quickly on the graphics, I think that visually this is about the best we could hope for from Minecraft visually. I agree with you that I think a movie that didn't have live action actors and instead had just like cartoon characters.
It should have just had Block Aquaman.
Blockaman. Black Aquaman.
And Jack Blockaman.
Block Samurai. Sorry. It's canonical. All right, let's get back to it.
Why is he dressed as Dora the Explorer?
I don't know. So he's like apparently the like context here is that Jason Momoa is like a very famous video game like champion or something from like the 80s or whatever. And so that's like what is
and he never got past it?
I guess.
It's been 44 years.
Bitch, it might be. But that sheep, yeah, not a huge fan of the sheep. Again, they're doing like a decent job with like the generation of like the graphics behind the sheep. I think are actually like kind of in touch with like what Minecraft would look like if you were to put it into this category of movie, this type.
Let's keep going.
What the
Okay, so Minecraft. So build.
What I actually kind of interested in is like, what story are they gonna possibly tell?
End Dragon. I mean, it's gonna be some.
Is the main character Steve? Is that who Steve is supposed to be? Because Steve is like
Steve is like just a Steve is like the generic NPC for the Minecraft universe. You play as Steve, I think, as one of the skins, but he's not like a person you interact with in the game. It's just a. It's just
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
If you've never played Minecraft,
It's like Doom Guy. It's just like the mascot of said.
yes, exactly.
So
you don't interact with him.
Mahler and his crew did an EFAP about fictional characters, and they pitted them against each other.
Oh, no.
They did like 200 of them.
Yes, you were telling me about this. Well, yeah,
Steve went pretty fucking far.
Minecraft Steve went far.
Yeah.
He's not even like hero.
It's basically like he digs a hole and no one can touch him, kind of thing.
Everyone could dig a hole and no one can touch them.
Yeah, but you can't dig a hole as fast as Steve can. Steve's the fastest hole digger.
Well, if you put him in the desert, like he just loses because he can't dig. Like the sand will still fall and he'll suffocate. Fuck Steve. All right,
Let's go.
let's keep going.
dream about here?
Hey,
Who are you?
I'm Steve. Oh, fuck me.
Yes. Okay, so we had
So
to get to
that's
that
Steve.
part. Yes. So Jack Black.
Is in fucking everything.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I was watching a breakdown of this earlier before the podcast and before the live stream. You know, Jack Black played Bowser, you know, but then he also plays Claptrap, and it's like he's in failures and wins. Like he's got this really, really wide variety of like major successes, major flops.
He's like the fat white Kevin Hart,
What is
where he's just in everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, him and Kevin Hart were also in Jumanji together.
Yeah, that movie sucks too, and The Rock sucks. Why are these?
Why did these guys get the shows? Hey, Slim, welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, we are going to be talking about Space Marines too. Glad to have you for it. But yeah, so
Do you think this is why Jack Black went into full like
retreat when it came to the like.
that stunt that Kyle Gass pulled?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think so.
my new movie's coming out.
I don't.
Which one? You
Yeah.
have 100 of them a year.
I don't think so.
Panda 26 is coming out.
Yeah, he's got so many movies. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that Jack Black's career kind of settles down a little bit. Not because First off, let me just clarify. I think Jack Black has given us some really amazing films that he should be accredited for.
Peaked in 08 with Tropic Thunder. Should lay it low. Do some like Jim Carrey shit where you're just all of a sudden into some like intense thrillers.
Yeah. And number 23 was a masterpiece, I guess.
I liked it as a kid.
I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I did not hate it at all. People hated that movie. I did not. I did not hate number 23.
I kind of went on a thing where I was like, all right, I bet I can make anything equal 23 if you give it enough time. And that.
I love science like that. The issue I have with Jack Black as Minecraft Steve is he doesn't like resemble the character.
He's wearing a teal shirt.
Yeah, but he's also got like a full fucking weird old man beard where he's got like these weird like Steve
was a block.
Yeah, but Steve doesn't have a beard. Like if we're trying to say like relating characters to each other, like Jack Black looks nothing like what you would expect a live action of Steve to look like.
I don't expect a live action of Steve to look like anything but a block.
Well, then it might as well be
It's
Jack
like-
Black then. And it's like then
Should we have thrown in Chris Evans?
Chris Evans actually would have made more sense than Jack Black as Johnny Blaze. Sorry, we got Deadpool on the brain.
I like how much hate this trailer's getting, and it's just a whatever, like who gives a fuck kind of project.
This really is. Like, what do you think? I think this movie will.
It's gonna make money because it's fucking Minecraft.
That's exactly.
That annoys me.
Well, I think that
It's like the Fast and Furious franchise.
Do you remember when they were releasing teasers for Sonic and they had like the really horrendous Sonic design?
Yeah.
At least the audience had something very specific that they were pointing at and saying, that looks like shit. They were talking about something very, very specific.
Right.
In this, the biggest like critical drinker like posted something on X saying this movie looks like it's made for modern audiences, and or something like that. This is like the
modern audience.
This is representative of like modern filmmaking or something. And I'm like, yes, I agree, but give me something a little bit more specific to actually like have like to take on this movie, because first off, I think this is a movie I'm obviously going to step back from and just probably
You don't want to go opening night? They probably got a popcorn bucket for it.
I don't want a giant creeper head popcorn bucket that I have to throw away as soon as I get home. This is garbage. Like, I don't want collectible garbage. Like, it's like, at least with Yu-Gi-Oh, they maintain their value. No,
I throw all of my collectibles in this big bin, and then some asshole takes it away every week.
what an asshole. What a bitch.
All right, let's continue with this trailer.
Yeah.
I got more to say on it, but
Okay, let's keep going.
let's finish.
Okay.
Oh, this guy is such a tool bag.
So is that the entire? All right. What is the movie?
I don't know.
That trailer showed absolutely nothing. I don't know who any of the characters are except for Steve. Who the fuck are the kids? Well, they're just probably there for kids' sake.
Yep. They're probably there for Dr. Disrespect a message.
Black chick's there for a box tick.
Yep, diversity. Jason Momoa's there for like screen presence. Like Jason Momoa, Jack Black.
Who is his agent?
Momoa? Or
Yeah.
Black? I have no idea, but he's
Fire him.
yeah, get rid of that guy. Like Jason Momoa should be doing like awesome projects. He should be where Henry Cavill is as far as like what the fandom wants from him.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been in a lot of good shit, to be honest.
No, he really hasn't. I mean,
He had like 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, and then Frontier, I think, was the show he was in. It was all right. But
he's had first off, I think everyone likes his screen presence. I think he does.
he's a charming guy.
Yeah, he's
People
very
just like him.
yeah, he's very enjoyable to like watch in movies and stuff like that. His name draws attention because he's very recognizable. He's got kind of like a Dwayne the Rock Johnson kind of career path laid out ahead of him. He's like, stay buff, stay open minded to any type of movie and any type of project, and we'll keep putting you in garbage, and people will continue to like you. And that's what it is with Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Like, I hate Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I think his movies suck. Like, uniformly, I think all of his movies are garbage.
To a certain extent,
You go far enough back in time, you can find can find good movies far enough back
like
in time.
in 03 when The Rundown came out.
Love that movie, by the way. That was a great
Sean
movie.
William Scott.
Love Sean William Scott. Cannot fail.
But like with this movie, it could go either way. It could make $1 billion or $1 million and flop dead on his face.
Which one are you wanting to see happen?
Dead on its face, but Warner Brothers is making it, and I'm like, why the fuck would you take such a risk? You're already like $50 billion in debt. That's why you license everything out to other streaming services.
True. Yep. True.
Just to make some money back. It's like, you have so many other properties. Why Minecraft?
Well, Minecraft is probably like the safest IP you could move forward with.
Harry
Like,
Potter's the safest
well,
IP that you can
no,
afford.
not
And
necessarily.
they're making a show,
Well,
but
that's the thing. Is like Harry Potter will be a make or break because
they
you're
haven't even casted it.
exactly. That's another thing. So it's going to cost a ridiculous sum of money. It's an incredibly dangerous project because of the amount of investment you have to put in early.
Yeah, you
And-
might fuck up right away.
Yeah, and if you mess up in season 1, your entire project is scrapped. You lose.
Yeah.
You can't keep it going. Your actors are going to demand more money, so you have to make sure they're on like really good contracts that make it worth it for them, make it worth it so they don't fight you over it. And honestly, it's a 8-year project. It's like it's going to be a lot longer than that because it's 8 seasons.
Yeah, it would be 7 seasons, but every fucking show now takes 2 years to do a season for some reason.
Yeah, it takes way too long. Got to haggle with the boom mic union, the donut delivery union. So I think that this is probably the safest one-off project they could do. They grab like a Jumanji type cast and throw it out there, and it'll make a quick pocket of cash. And I think it'll be good for Warner Brothers on their side of things. I don't
know, man. It might flop horrifically on its face.
I don't think this.
It could go either way. I really don't know.
I would like to, so let us know in the comments, guys, what your thoughts are on this one. Whether or not you think this movie will flop, whether or not you think it's a safe bet for Warner Brothers to make quick cash.
I don't know. I know I don't give a single solitary fuck about it, but
Right, but I mean, if you're a parent in 2025 and you're looking for a safe movie to bring your kids to,
no,
this is probably it.
No, my kids ain't watching that.
My imaginary children.
It's like we're gonna go get McDonald's, and then we're gonna go to the movies. We're gonna watch Minecraft, and then after that, fucking
family murder suicide. Yeah,
we'll put you in front. Yeah, and then I'm killing everyone and myself
in order. But no, I mean, I think about like Snipeaholic. He's probably gonna take his kids to see it, right? Like they're gaming family. They got a lot of kids. He doesn't probably get to take them to a lot of movies. So
I was thinking about someone else. I'm like, what do you mean he's got a lot of kids? I was thinking of Slim.
Oh yeah, Slim has no kids yet. Someday.
It's baking.
Someday. Put an oven in the bucket. All right, let's.
I don't know, man. Like the kids' movies that we grew up, it's like sounding like an old fucking man or something. It's like it's so much better back in the day.
Well, we had better storytelling. Like the issue is not the quality of the film, cinematography, acting, voice acting, because it's all cartoons and voice actors are like there's a lot of talented voice actors that exist. But and I mean even back when we were younger, like
we grew up with '90s Disney though. That's like peak childhood entertainment.
But they didn't grab voice actors; they grabbed actual actors and had them fill in, like in those movies. Like The Lion King was
Oh fuck.
I cannot remember this actor's name. He was
Which one?
Roderick?
Simba?
Yeah.
Matthew.
Matthew. So
Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane.
Yeah. So they had actual actors who were just doing voices for cartoons and stuff. But the thing we had that was unique to like our generation was like really good storytelling. I think Pixar has really good storytelling. You have How to Train Your Dragon. I think even Frozen's like really good storytelling. It's not like I'm not like singing along to Frozen, at least while the door is open. But it's but there's
when the fuck did that come out?
Frozen?
Was it like 2012? Has it been like 12 years or so?
Well, I don't.
It was after high school, I think.
It's been a while. I don't remember, but it's been a while, and also I haven't. I don't know. I've never watched it. I've never heard of. What's a Frozen?
I watched it with a chick, and I regretted every moment.
That's fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to another one of our stories for the day. We have Space Marines 2 has its official release coming out early next week, but it has, for people who have spent the most amount of money, including Slim, our buddy, it had early access. So you could play the game in advance and get a head start on it if you wanted to. I think one of the big pieces, so there's a mixed bag around this. So the game apparently plays a lot like Gears of War, like OG Gears of War mixed with a hybrid of like Helldivers 2. And that's what I'm kind of hearing from the reviews I'm seeing on it. Consistent reviews are saying that the game is actually very fun. However, it does have a relatively short campaign compared to...
Yeah, people are liking it. I mean, it's kind of like, in my eyes, it like harkens back to the Xbox Xbox 360.
Harkens back?
I don't know.
Oh, what a good word. Harkena.
It harkens back to the Xbox 360, 360 days.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you had Gears and Call of Duty when it was good. And all those, like, you had, like, a 6 to... No, not even that long of a campaign when it came to Call of Duty.
Yep.
It was, like, 6 tops. But, like, Gears of War and stuff. And then you had awesome multiplayer after that.
Yep.
And this one's got, like, co-op missions or PvP.
Mm-hmm.
It's got more options. I bet you my left nut that they're gonna drop a DLC for a more campaign.
Oh, I bet. I mean, it's a live service game, so I mean, they're gonna continue to keep.
And I like my left nut.
Yeah, I bet.
So if I'm wrong,
you're gonna lose your left nut.
Yeah.
Classic, Cody.
Do it live.
Do it live. We gotta get soundboard in here for sure. We gotta get one of those. But no,
well, I'm excited to play because I'm gonna get it fucking Monday. Like, does it come out on Monday night or Sunday night? Because we always get games an hour before, like, the 11th hour.
I think it's Monday night into Tuesday. I think most video games usually do, like, a Tuesday release. I'm pretty sure it's Monday night. Slim would know better, but he's a bitch. Can't be here. Slim, you little bitch.
He's a bitch. You can just type in the chat, not show up.
Slim, let us know when it comes out. But no, you're right. All the reviews I'm seeing on it are actually saying that the game is doing, at least in the early access that people have are able to interact with. The campaign doesn't take on any like modern messaging, which is really good. You don't want that in a Space Marines game,
Except for that one chick.
Well, yeah, except for yeah, except for that. But apparently all the way through the campaign, the majority of the campaign is you got these basically brute straight white males just going around killing mass quantities of, I think they're the Tyranids in this game.
Yeah, you're right.
Obviously, I have not played the game.
There were the orcs in the other one.
And the orcs.
And you're still playing as Titus.
Yeah, which apparently is a really good character for everything to kind of be focused around. But the game itself, it plays.
Generic Marine number 3, basically.
Yeah. Which is, I think, all anyone wants, right? I mean, if you're gonna play a game that's gonna just have you be like this hardcore space badass,
just want to be a badass, kill some bugs with your bros, and have plenty of options to do it. It's like you can go in there fucking wielding a sword or a fucking minigun.
Slim called us poor. Slim says, I already own it because I'm not poor, peasant. Well, I'm glad I hope you're enjoying it, buddy. But yeah, Slim is looking at possibly putting out a review on this one, so we won't get too far ahead of it. But
yeah, I can't just drop an extra $40 to play the game three days earlier.
Well, and especially like Warhammer 40K Games Workshop. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding them this year, with obviously the doubling, tripling, quadrupling down of the female Custodes, the Adaptus Custodes book that came out. The entire fandom raging against that. We obviously had our own our own videos. We were talking about that.
The last mainstream game kind of I think it did flop hard. You got Darktide.
Yeah.
Where it played like Vermintide or whatever. You got like four people. 3 or 4 people, you just go through and slaughter hordes of people.
Yeah.
And it was boring as fuck, and it was as deep as a puddle.
I started watching this YouTube channel that does like Warhammer 40K in 40 minutes series, where they just play games of Warhammer and like do some
the tabletop.
Yeah, I desperately want to start playing this game now to get my own army and start actually like getting into it.
It's like there's different fans when it comes to 40K. You got like the book guys, the video game guys, the tabletop guys, just guys that like to paint figurines.
Yep.
Or ladies. But
it's for anybody.
No,
you don't have to see yourself in the franchise in order to enjoy it.
I'm more of like the lore kind of guy. I would like more video games, but a lot of it is RTS kind of stuff, and I'm just not a fan.
The argument, like, you have to see yourself in a project in order to enjoy it?
Yes, I have to see a pasty ginger in every project, otherwise I can't identify.
That's why you haven't enjoyed any Disney movies since the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. The 90s were filled with ginger protagonists.
All the gingers, even the black kids were ginger. But no, you had that's why I can't enjoy Black Panther.
I'm Hercules and the Hunchback of Notre Dame at the same time.
That was crazy times, man. Space Marines too. So Warhammer 40K has a lot of news surrounding it. Obviously, the game itself releasing right now is kind of great. I'm glad people are fine. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Honestly, for me, I want more Warhammer 40K projects to be successful because I think the universe itself deserves to expand.
Baller.
I think it's great. I like that Henry Cavill is still working on the Amazon project. I have hopes for that. I just wish that we could. I wish we can get some consistency and intellectual honesty from Games Workshop and Amazon when it's like you're adding female Custodes and female Space Marines in because it's your ideology, because it's your religion. It's what you want. It's the box you need to check. It has nothing to do with good storytelling. I just wish you'd be honest about it. Like they just.
It's like, okay, yeah. They kind of like burnt it into our minds that it's like this is like what was the policy for like getting diversity in the company?
DEI, ESG.
No, before that.
Oh wow, predating all that.
What the fuck was the term for it? I can't even remember now.
Inclusion. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
No, to where it's like you're hired because of certain race or whatever.
Oh, affirmative action.
Affirmative action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It fucking
Love
like these companies like burned it into our minds that it's like you're there just because your race, sexuality, whatever the fuck box you want to take. It's just you're just there because of that. And so like that random black chick in the Minecraft
Yeah.
video, it's like right away I'm thinking you're just there to take a box.
Yeah. Especially if you're not even like
It's like a female soldier or whatever in this game. It's like you're just there because of
to check the box.
yeah.
It does absolutely nothing to improve your storytelling. And this mystical like audience you're trying to attract doesn't exist. They're not real. It's a figment of your imagination that you're gonna find this new modern audience.
Well, like Gary said like Gary from Nerd Rock said when it came to the Acolytes, like there are fans of the Acolyte and they all showed up. And that's all you got.
Yep, that's true. Oh, man, that's really well said, because yeah, that is what that's everyone. That's your entire entire army. Like the Acolyte got canceled, and this was your entire host. This is everyone you had to bring to bear on this topic. And honestly, even with like YouTubers being like, no, we actually really want a season 2 of the Acolyte.
Right.
It makes for great content watching you guys like whinge and lose and squirm all the time.
YouTubers made more money than Lucasfilm did.
Yeah, that makes me so happy. But
yeah. I'm actually excited to play this game Monday or Tuesday or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I hope it. I have high hopes for this game. I want it to be successful. I want Games Workshop and Warhammer 40K to create more games and expand. I want the dumb ideas to keep being brought to the forefront so that we can keep criticizing them and calling them out for being stupid on this stuff. And honestly, if female custodies is really your hill to die on, fine. I mean, I don't like. It's a fact. Like, first off, the Marines are not the custodians are not a faction I would probably play in the tabletop game. I don't read the books. It's not my war to fight. Like, this isn't if you're a lifetime fan of Warhammer 40K, I would expect you to either stick up and say something about it, or stop spending your money on certain projects, or to do more about it. But we basically had this really large whinge on Twitter that even we were a part of. We aren't co-signing any of that messaging. We're not going to. We're going to call it out. But it was really this large whine from our side of the debate, and then they did it anyway. And hopefully that comes back to bite them in the ass. But
yeah, I hate how all these conversations boil down to it's like either you're racist or you're sexist. It's like I don't give a fuck that there's a lady with a gun. I care about lore.
Yes.
And if you start changing the lore of everything, then like, what the fuck are we doing?
There's a reason that like we do not talk about Rings of Power on this podcast. We could. And
every village looks like downtown LA.
Oh, I can't because I love Lord of the Rings too much to let that stuff even come close to me. I'm glad to see other Tolkien YouTubers are actually growing a little bit, and a part of it's the amount of content that they've been able to react to. Mm-hmm. But it just makes them reaction channels at this point.
It's like what was that? There was like okay, so they like casted this like black chick or whatever to play some queen from England,
Dasa or something.
Oh, wait, no, I'm talking about like
a
different show or whatever.
Oh,
and so there was like this big campaign. I wouldn't say a campaign. It's more like a meme campaign.
Yeah.
Where it's like Mark Wahlberg as Muhammad Ali or Ryan Gosling in Obama. It's like,
oh, that would actually
if it was flipped the other way, people would lose their goddamn minds.
Yeah. But that's why I want us to become a really big studio so that we can do that shit.
I want to make a Ryan Gosling as Obama movie.
Dude, it'd be great. We could have it be a show. We could have it be like a 2-season, 3-season show.
Right. I mean, and it would be very, it'd be very inclusive because
it's white.
Yeah, no, Ryan Gosling is Obama, and then we have, I don't know, The Rock as Michelle.
That's awesome. Yes, we got to do that. All right, we got one more story. Just to kind of, we wanted to cover this one. We talked about it a little bit in off stream. And we just wanted to make sure that people knew where we stood on this topic. It's important. speaks a lot to the cultural zeitgeist around video games right now and what everything's going on. So here we go. Just to cover our bases on this last topic of the day, Concord has officially shut its servers down. Cue the music, cue the dancing clowns. We all are here for it. I am so glad.
What was it? 8 years of development for 8 days of play?
That is such a great payoff. Thank you, Sony, for bringing us such a beautiful, beautiful story. We love you for it. You know, there's a lot of people coming out right now and saying, like, I think they're shilling, but I could be wrong. But basically what they're saying is this is Sony players who are revolting against Concord, not because the game is absolutely ridiculous and stupid. It's because Sony used to be this archon of like great games. They always had these awards getting kicked out, and every new game they had coming out was just this blockbuster of like amazing innovation.
I think that was actually the downhill of Sony is when they started doing like the first party like Sony games, because they all started playing the same.
Yep.
They all started telling the same story.
And then, so the guy's like, this game is the audience, the Sony audience revolting against Sony because they stopped making good games. I'm like, no.
The audience revolting? No one fucking played it. You had like 100 people playing it.
Yeah. The games that have this, like, this weird messaging surrounding them are just turning people off. And they just are, it's not even that they're like signing petitions or going out and like screeching to the sky. They're just not giving you money, and that's good enough. It's good enough for them to just decide not to pay you.
It's only a $200 million hit
Only
in the pocketbook.
Yeah, only.
Did you see the fat woman Doom guy that they had as one of the players?
It's the character's name is Daw, I think, DAW.
Daw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's.
I don't know if it's pronounced differently, but yeah.
So yeah, and the same people, I think it's the same people that want the Acolyte back.
Probably
are the ones that was like, we were busy that week and we just didn't play our game because it was only out for a fucking week.
This is the top result or top comments. Like Gerald Jones says, games should be for gamers, not a checklist, Professor. It's got the monkey. It's got a like a Wukong like monkey 2024 to 2024 for Concord.
Jesus.
Oh, Christ. I love it.
No, it's fucking August 30th to September 6th.
Yep. It's beautiful. It's like just the comments alone are just like, learn from your mistakes. Straight white males, this movie's not for you. Why are straight white males refusing to see this movie?
Right.
It's like, obviously, like
it's not for you.
It's not for us. You've been telling us. We're just listening to you now.
Don't buy my product. Okay.
That was the easiest request you could have possibly made, because turns out I didn't want it in the first fucking place.
Nobody spends money on hero shooters except for cosmetics.
Ah, man, I'm so tired of hero shooters.
I bet Concord comes back as a free to play. I don't know why they just didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, you might as well at this point. There's no.
You might as well try the free to play.
You got to make something off of it. I mean, you can't. I don't know. Maybe you could lose more money. I don't think you could, but.
Well, it depends on the server.
Yeah, true.
How much you're renting out servers for? It's like, yeah. I don't know if these 90 people will cover it.
Well, and honestly, this speaks. Concord specifically talks to a bit of a culture, like the culture war in video gaming, because there are wins, there are losses on both sides of this ideological fight. And I think I've mentioned this before in a previous live stream, but I think we just kind of need to concede that Call of Duty will not go away. No one seems to be interested or capable of creating an arcade shooter to compete against Call of Duty. And if that's the case, and if people want to play an arcade shooter, like I want to play an arcade shooter, I was begging X Defiant to be that. I was begging a bunch of different like games.
Titanfall 2 was pretty good.
Titanfall 2 was fun, but honestly, I'm probably gonna Black Ops 6 when it comes out. I'm probably gonna go back to Call of Duty, and I just know that this is a fight we lost. Right? Call of Duty will continue to push their like woke activism, and I just have to accept that. And I don't have to buy
Dude,
like.
If I see
stuff.
Nicki Minaj running around Black Ops 6, I'm out, dude.
I
can't do it.
I get it. I understand. Like, I've tapped out. I can't keep pushing the fight on the like arcade shooter because there's literally no hope on the horizon for something to take Call of Duty out. X Defiant was supposed to be that, and they just decided not to.
Yeah, because it's Ubisoft and they suck ass now.
Yep.
Like Outlaws. Apparently that sucks ass.
If I had any amount of money and talent, which I have neither, I would make an arcade shooter to rival Call of Duty, and I would just keep it simple, go to the basics, just make a simple game that people can get for a reasonable dollar amount, and just make it as fun as possible, just for entertaining. I would have MW2 style lobbies, and I would encourage that level of vitriol just to piss people off. I would ask Twitter to host the lobbies.
I like how the reference is gamer words now because of Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Yeah.
So you can't say these words, gamer words. So what are gamer words? It's like, well,
you know all those words that like make people cry? Those.
Yeah, I don't know. The gaming industry, it's got me nervous for Dragon Age, dude. And I've been waiting a decade for this game.
I don't think you should be nervous. I think you should have already accepted the reality. Because whatever optimism you're holding on to for that game should have died instantly once you saw what was happening with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, well,
because
I was gonna say different companies, but BioWare hasn't been BioWare since 2012. So
right, but Assassin's Creed also like made this hard segue. We should probably get an update on some of those old stories that we've covered just to check in on where.
Oh, Assassin's Creed's coming out this month or next month? I think October.
Might be, but we should get an update on some of that. Anyway, I think we're probably going to wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Goodbye, Concord. It was fun. Well, it lasted.
No, it wasn't. It was fun to make fun of them.
It was a honeymoon and then never saw your wife again kind of thing.
Yeah, that's about right. I've seen that movie before.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. If you enjoyed, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing. It's free. It's the best way to help us grow. Share the video out there. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. And if there's any topics you want us to see covered in the future, don't forget to come back later. We might have another episode of Sunday Slackers potentially tomorrow. But as soon as I am recovered, we will be bringing back all sorts of different content. So stay tuned for that. Check out the poll that we released yesterday. It's a pretty fun one. Curious to know your guys' thoughts on that as well. But we will see you guys later. Go tell your stories. Peace.